Well, hey guys, happy Thursday. So I thought we could do this. This is a little fun. Okay, so I was going through all of the prophecies that God's given me, and I was just looking at like notes on the rapture. So I think we can all figure this out if we put our heads together and try to, figure out what signs he's giving. So first of all, the other day, it was very strange. I was in the car, and all of a sudden, I heard April 16th over and over again in my head. I don't know what that means. I don't know if something will happen that day. I don't know why I heard it, but it's interesting. So I was researching this, and let me get to the April 16th part first. Well, first of all, it's 25 Nisan. It's the 26th day of Ramadan, the Muslim observance. But, what's really crazy is when I was looking at it, there was a Time magazine, April 16th of 2012, and it was called Rethinking Heaven. And then the movie Heaven is for Real came out on April 16th, 2014. And another strange thing is I have a friend who was telling me something about she kept seeing visions of like kites and stuff. And she didn't know why she was seeing the vision of a kite. And April 16th is Kite Day. They're like flying their kites all around. I thought that was interesting. It's also the Orthodox Easter, which celebration that commemorates the resurrection of Jesus, which took 3 days after his crucifixion and his death. So I'm not saying anything's going to happen on that day for all the naysayers out there. I'm just saying let's watch that date if we're not gone yet, just because God always speaks to me about things, and there's always a reason he speaks to me about things. Okay, and then so notes on the rapture. So I was going through all of the messages. Okay, trumpets will sound. We know that. And he said, when the church is gone, that's when the EMP happens. Okay, he said the rock is falling meteorites, because that was in a recent message. Angel of light will appear, the one world government after rapture. And so I just find that very, very interesting. I'm trying to look at all the signs. Okay, so this is everything that I've written. So first, trumpets will sound, EMP, war, nukes go up, we go up. And then he told me mass destruction was coming the other day, which I looked that up, and that means nukes, I believe. He also said the wage would reach the sin and death, reaches its highest peak. So he told me in previous thing that has happened, but he also said many will die before the wedding feast. He said the moon would be bigger, brighter, and redder. And then, let's see, he said, look at the heaven signs, it will match is coming. Halo around the moon, return is nigh. First comes rain, then comes war, and not real rain. So these are like things that I think we need to look for. We can figure out when he's coming. Midnight darkness falls upon us. So I don't know what that means. And he said Gemini 3 times, how close is it? So for my astronomy people who do the signs of the heavens, Virgo, the moon at her feet. Taurus, Leo, do you see a pattern yet? Lights in the heaven mean something. And just yesterday, I think he said the sky was luminous. And then he said Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, and Leo, are you awake yet? Look at the moon and the stars, you will know when I'm coming. And he told me in a previous message that the solar storms causes EMPs and the blackouts. And then after that, Son of Man, you will see me in the clouds. So I think we need to look at the solar storms. We need to look at when war may start. And then there was one that said, rain, rain, get on the boat. So I don't know if that's referring to the fake rain or not. See, guys, I'm trying to figure out just as much as you are. And then let's see, okay, so then it said, hear them angels singing, look at the stars, sun, and the moon. These are just all things on the, all the previous messages. Jesus is coming on the 9th hour. Hours here. Has the clock struck yet? I don't know what clock he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about the doomsday clock or something, because, you know, he mentioned the doomsday clock. Tribulation. Now, this is crazy. Okay, so God must have known people were going to say tribulation was going to start, because February 27th, he gave me this message. Tribulation starts when darkness comes after I take my people. Test all spirits, not all from me. So, not saying that the people saying that are not from God. They probably are, but, you know, sometimes, I don't know. I don't know what he meant by that. But he told me that message February 27th. And so I'm just repeating it. And then he said, darkness is not for my elect. And he told me on January 22nd, the New World Order is coming. Another sign was the sun darkens during the day. The northern lights will be visible in Alaska. So I looked that up, and apparently the February, I mean, I think they're always visible, but like really visible. March and April is also times where you can really see them. Yes, I talked about the Nissan thing and the Orthodox of Easter. But those are the signs. So I don't know, guys. I just think that's really cool that heaven is for real was on that day, April 16th. And so he might be pointing out that message for something else. You know, it may not have anything to do with the rapture. It could have something to do with war coming or something bad. I don't know. No idea. But anyway, I thought you guys could kind of look into those signs and see if anything jumps out at you, because, you know, he speaks to us all differently. And I know I heard the April 16th date for a reason, and I don't know why. You know, it's like one of those things that just sticks out, but he kept saying it. And he does that sometimes when he really has a message. Like the other night when he said, church fire, church fire, church fire. You know, New England, or I don't know what he meant by New England, but, you know, stuff like that. So, I don't know. We just need to ask Jesus and pray, but I feel like it's very soon, and he's giving us these signs for a reason. And I think maybe when people are saying the tribulation, they're not talking about the great tribulation. Maybe the tribulation is something that is coming where there's more persecution, because he did say something about, you know, the church being persecuted and protests. You know, France, the wages will go up. You know, riots in the streets and all this stuff. Guys, he's given me so many messages, it's hard to keep track. I forget things that I say because it's like he almost takes over sometimes. But anyway, so those are the signs. Write them down. Let's figure this out, because I'm excited. So, okay, have a blessed day.